Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Spiritual Psychics TV and your fortnightly edition of Collective Consciousness. How wonderful to see so many of you are with us already. Now, for all of our regular viewers that are tuning in with us this evening, you know the drill, but I need to just go through a do's and don'ts and a little bit of the house rules for all of our lovely new viewers that may be joining us for the first time here this evening. And if you are new, a very, very warm welcome to you indeed. Collective Consciousness is a show that is purely dedicated, I'm getting spirit coming in already, is purely dedicated to mediumship. And every fortnight I have the great pleasure of actually sharing the virtual platform with a different medium. And I've got a wonderful medium who's joining me here this evening, full of wonderful energy, and I'll be introducing you to her in just a short moment. We are streaming live via YouTube and we are streaming live via Facebook as well. So if you are watching via those platforms, guys, please help us here at Spiritual Psychics TV grow by sharing us out there onto all of your social media pages. Any platforms that you feel may be of relevance with regards to spiritual belief, that's where we like to appear. We don't want to appear on the local laundrette Facebook page. Thank you very much. Although I know the intent behind the sharing is pure, but we want to be out there on those spiritual linked social media platforms, please, and indeed your own. So I'm getting so tongue-tied tonight, everybody. I've got spirit coming in and they are not letting go of me just at this present moment in time. We do love to be shared out there. But for you guys to interact with us via YouTube or indeed Facebook, you do need to subscribe to Spiritual Psychics TV. It takes literally about 30 seconds to do. So while I'm going through all those house rules and you haven't done so and you want to interact with myself and my lovely guest medium here this evening, I would advise you do it now. We do have approximately a 10 to 15 second delay when you place your comments to us receiving them and vice versa. So please do be conscious of that. As you regulars know, my name is Bill Hughes, Psychic Medium, and for all you newcomers, you can find me on Facebook under Bill Hughes Psychic Medium, Instagram Bill Hughes Psychic, and TikTok Bill Hughes Psychic Medium. Producer Richard, who do we have joining us here this evening? Let's say a few hellos. Okay. So we've got Natalie SK joining us. Good evening to you, Natalie, my lovely. Thank you for joining. And you're watching via YouTube. Carol Puller is watching via Facebook, saying hi, Bill. Hi to you too, Carol. Thank you for joining, my lovely. We've got Susan Riches watching from Facebook, saying she's shared. Very, very much appreciated, Suzanne. God bless you. Thank you for doing so. From Facebook, we also have Sue Chadwick saying, good evening, Bill. Good evening to you too, Sue. We've got Minty May, lovely Minty May. Now, make a note of that name, everybody, because I'm sure at some point this year, the lovely Minty will be joining me on Collective Consciousness. So thank you very much for sharing there, Minty. Very much appreciated, my friend. I hope you're well. Natalie Bentley on Facebook is also telling us that she's shared. Oh, this is lovely. Sharing is caring. Thank you, guys. And Carolyn May Sandbrooks is saying, a reading, please, Bill. Well, Caroline, maybe you might get one this evening. We do not dictate where the readings go. It's spirit that do that with us here, my lovely. So keep yourself posted and fingers crossed someone might come through for you. We've got the lovely Teresa White who's watching on YouTube saying hello and good afternoon. Where are you watching from, guys? UK or overseas? Do let us know. Alan Smart Gems Havil's also with us. Hello there, Alan. Thank you for joining. And the lovely June Malkin is saying good evening, Bill and Sam, and good evening to everyone. So producer Richard, let's bring my lovely guest medium onto screen so we can introduce her. Okay, and I'm also saying, oh, Dominic Smith saying happy birthday, Christine. Well, Christine, happy birthday to you from everybody here at Spiritual Psychics TV. Okay, so we're going to bring lovely Sam onto screen, everybody. I'd like to introduce the lovely Sam Turrell to you here this evening. Hello there, Sam. Good evening to you.
Very good evening, my lovely. Pleasure to come and work with you. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm very excited.
Good.
Very
Me too.
excited.
I'm
Full
sure
of
we're going to
beans.
have a fantastic evening here this evening. Sam, tell everybody who's watching at home a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so my name's Samantha Turrell. I'm a spiritualist medium and healer. I live in Brighton on the south coast of England. I've been a spiritualist medium professionally for around years. I first saw spirit when I was about 8 years old. It runs in both sides of my family. And yeah, it's just been a whirlwind, really. I spirit choose you. I loved, what I do, and obviously seeing it growing up with my mum having the same ability, and other family members having those abilities, it always amazed me. So when I was actually able to do it myself, it just happened overnight. I sat in a development circle, and that was, I think, in the April time. By Christmas I was on platform by myself, didn't do a fledgling evening, didn't do anything. It was literally just get up there and do it, and I haven't looked back.
How
So you just get
amazing is
thrown in the
that?
deep end, thrown in the deep end.
And sometimes that's the best way for it to happen as well, and for things to
Yeah,
take off, isn't it? Now, you
it
mentioned your
still
mum.
is.
Now, your mum's been a serving medium for some time as well, hasn't she?
Well, actually, no, she does. This is a very quite. She isn't a serving medium. She
Oh,
she likes to go and have a vodka in the pub and then frighten people and say, "I can see that you've got someone standing beside you," and then start to give them all this information. And then she gets pestered, whatever pub she goes to. Oh, what do you pick up on me while you're here? So now she's a little bit older. She's kind of not walked away from it, but I think as life's gone on, sometimes things get in your way, get in your path, and yeah, she's chosen to maybe take a bit more of a step back from it. She still appreciates it, loves it, and does like to support people like yourself and others that are doing Zoom demonstrations and things like that throughout lockdowns. But yeah, for herself doing it, she's kind of taken a bit of a step back, but she's very supportive. I think she's watching us tonight, Bill, so if you're on,
oh,
mum,
that's
little
good.
wave, hello, lots of love.
Oh, God bless her. And Sam, where can people find you on social media?
Okay. On Facebook, and it's literally just type in Samantha Turrell. Simple as that. Simple as that.
Simple as that. And
Yeah,
producer Richard's whispering through our ear that it's on screen now, so people can find that in the graphics just underneath your image
yeah,
right now. So, shall we say a few hellos then to some of the lovelies that have joined this evening?
yeah. Let's do that.
Okie dokie. I will hand over to you first, ladies first.
Oh, bless you. Thank
I'll,
you.
I'll be a gentleman once in my life.
So we've got the lovely Julie Hall. She's joining us, saying, "Hey Sam, nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us this evening, Julie."
We've got Spirit Through to Spirit, Deb King from the UK. Hi, Sam. I'm from South UK too. How lovely for Deborah to be joining us as well. Thank you for joining, Deborah.
And then we have Yvette Wilmer. She's joining us as well. Hi Sam, lovely to watch you. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Fingers crossed. Hopefully we come to you.
We've got the lovely Joe Clark on Facebook saying, hi, Sam, with a big smiley face.
Big smiley face back. And then we have the lovely Michelle Roberts. Very good evening, everyone. Well, good evening to you too. Thanks again for coming to join us and support us this evening.
We've also got via YouTube Michaela Hannah joining us, who says, hi, Bill and Sam, Richard, Terry, Stace, and all in chat. Really warm evening in Birmingham. Hope everyone is well and looking forward to this evening. Well, we're looking forward to that too, my lovely.
And then we have lovely Terry Wall. She's on YouTube and saying a good evening, Bill, Samantha, and Richard. Good evening to you, my darling.
Patricia is also watching from YouTube saying, hello, everyone. Love from Texas. All the way back over to you as well, Patricia. Thank you so much for joining us. God bless you.
And from Facebook, we've got Marion Clabon. Evening, Bill from Norfolk. I do love Norfolk. There recently. Lovely place.
We've got the lovely Queenie Aura watching via YouTube saying, evening all. I do love that name, Queenie Aura. Isn't that spiritual?
And from Facebook, we have Lee Barber saying, evening, Bill.
How wonderful. And Joanne Lewis is also watching via YouTube. She's saying, good evening, Bill. Now, this is such a wonderful community channel, Samantha, as I'm sure you're kind of like getting a feel for it now.
You can
as
see
we're
the love coming through.
Absolutely. One of the most mortal sins, however, I will forewarn you now, do not mention food. Because if we mention food, we've lost them in the chat. They'll all be talking amongst themselves about what they've had for dinner, what they're cooking tomorrow. So we do not mention food, which is really difficult for me because Spirit love to work with me with food.
Yeah,
so, hey,
I'm the same. I get the little nans baking cakes for me and things.
Oh, God love them.
Yeah, so I know what you mean.
So I'll let you do that final hello there, and then I think what we'll do is we'll get things kicked off and started this evening, if that's okay with you.
Sounds good to me. And the last one we're just going to do here is there we go. we've skipped on to Dominique Smith with cake. Yeah, we love cake.
Now that's it, you lot. You're in trouble here tonight because not only have I just spoken about food, I also want to have a little bit of a telling you all off, because as some of you know, we have got this fundraiser that we're working incredibly hard with, back scenes here at Spiritual Psychics TV. Now, this fundraiser, all jokes put to one side, I'm being really serious now. This fundraiser that we're doing at the end of this month is for a young girl who's 14 years of age. She's called Freya. And she's actually been diagnosed with leukemia. And what we're doing here at Spiritual Psychics TV is an evening of fundraising where you'll get all of your usual hosts that will be coming together in one evening to have a fantastic night of games, fun, laughter, messages from Spirit. But what we're asking, as we're donating our time, we're asking for each and every one of you just to dig a little bit deep into your pockets and visit the link that producer Richard will be placing up on screen throughout the duration of this evening's programme. And just please kindly donate as much or as little as you possibly can. If you can't donate, then please do share the fundraiser out there just so that we raise as much awareness as possible, because we want to help this young lady and her family in whatever way we can, and financially it will support them with her hospital stayovers, with family members who may have to stay close to the hospital to be with her while she goes through treatment, and it's not being very kind to her right now as well. So please guys, from the bottom of my heart, and you know what I'm like, I'm a real softie where it comes to children and especially fundraising as well, dig as deep as you possibly can, visit that link. I mean, if we've got 100 people, for example, watching here this evening and everybody donates £1, that's £100 that we've raised that's going to go towards helping that little girl. So please, please, please do dig deep. And if you can, help support us here at Spiritual Psychics TV. Thank you very much for listening. Right, we are going to crack on with the show. So, Sam, I'll bring you back on screen in a minute. I'm going to open up with our first communication link here this evening, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, my lovely. I'll see you in a short while then. Wonderful. Okay. Right, guys, I want to talk to you about this lovely lady that's been with me this afternoon. She's been making me very aware. The first thing that she's done with me all afternoon, she's shown me a nurse's silver belt buckle. One of the nurse's belt buckles that would have been worn traditionally back in the olden days. And as I started to open myself up to her here now, and I'm asking her to start working that little bit closer with me, I'm asking her just to give me a little bit of a story. Tell me her story. Tell me everything about her, what it is that she wants me to share here on the platform this evening with you lovely viewers, and obviously a recipient that we need to be reaching out to. I know the significance of this nurse's belt buckle is really, really paramount for me to be bringing forward, because I feel with the way that she works with me and the way she starts to talk to me that this is still something within the physical that somebody should have within the family unit. Okay, so she gives that to me. I know that there's nursing backgrounds with this lady, and as she gives this information, she also takes me back somewhat, as though I feel as though I want to be going into the Second World War, because she shows me the army trucks with the white and the red cross that sits directly in the middle of the back of this truck as she works with me. So I know that this lady wants to take me back to wartime memories. I feel as though she would have been a nurse that would have served during the Second World War, okay? Because as she stands beside me, I've got the whites that she's now showing me that she's dressed in, and she's very neat and she's very tidy. She also gives me a great essence, and she also gives me a great understanding that she wouldn't just have only been a nurse. I feel as though she would have been higher up in the ranks within the medical industry that she's making me very conscious of right now. I feel with this lady that she wants me to acknowledge here that she would have been mum, she would have been grandmum as well. So I know that whoever's watching here can relate to that identification, mum or grandmum. Okay, but mum's side of the family, if this is grandmother, you would understand. I feel quite small framed with this lady as she starts to impression upon me. As she starts to impression upon me, she wants to reduce me. She wants to make me feel a lot more smaller framed, okay? But I do know that I'm very pristine with this lady as well as she starts to connect and come that little bit closer here. I feel with this lady as well, the way that she works with me here, okay? I know that I would have passed in because she's taken me to 2000. She's shown me 2000. She's shown me the millennium. She's shown me the millennium years here. So I know that she would have lived up into the early 2000s, or indeed that's where she wants to take me, and that sits quite well with me at this present moment in time. I know with this lady as well that she would have had a real heavy use of the eyeliner as well, okay, because she just wants to heavily make me up with eyeliner as well, this lady. Again, I feel this is within her later years, you would understand, not in her early days, okay. As she comes that little bit closer and she starts to work with me a little bit more harder now as well, I do get that distinctive metallic taste that she places within my mouth. Now, when spirit do that with me, it's a trigger for a cancerous condition that I need to be bringing to the fruition of my mind here. So I hope that there's somebody that's able to relate to this information. Please, producer Richard, and I will anxiously wait for you to whisper that through my ear. Okay, whilst I continue with her and I wait for somebody to come forward, I'll just get that little bit more information. I do hear Tony being spoken to me, the name Tony being called out as well, okay? I feel as though this sits within the present, with whomever it is that needs to take this link here this evening. I know with this lady as well that she does give me a great sense of fatigue, so I know that there would have been a real battle with this lady towards the end of her life before she made her crossing over to spirit. Okay, she places 3 within my mind as well, and I'm asking her the reason why she's giving me 3 to bring forward here. Generally, when I work with numbers, I relate 1 to 12 to the months of the year. So 3, I'm going to pull out March, and I want to talk about March. Tony's saying, Nan was a nurse and met Grandad in the war. I've got pictures of her, and my name is Tony. Perfect. Okay, Tony. Can you also talk to me, please, my lovely, if you can understand the reason why she wants to bring forward this silver nurse's belt buckle, okay? Because I feel as though this is something that she wants me to have within the present, okay? So I feel as though there should be this nurse's belt buckle sitting here within the present that she just wants me to acknowledge. And also, please talk to me if you can understand and relate to why she wants to place that cancerous condition upon me as well there, my lovely. Okay, I know with her as well, as she starts to just chat away and she starts to give me a little bit more information, okay, she does talk to me with a great softness, okay, and I'm asking her why it is that she's having this approach with me right now. I feel as though what I need to say to you at this moment in time, Tony, I just want to be a little bit more softer around you. You would understand at the present moment in time, we just need to soften things down, okay? She just places elements of scenarios, the word scenarios within my mind as she gives me this information. So I know we've got scenarios around you right now, my darling, where we just need to have that essence of softness being brought forward there for you. And again, converse with me through the comments there, darling, so I'm able to continue with the vein of your message with your loved one. Okay, my Aunt Sal has it. Perfect. Okay, as long as you can take that information, then I know I've done my job correctly there. Okay. She also gives me a great understanding, though, that I want to keep on the vein of nursing. Okay, so I feel as though I need to be acknowledging somebody that's actually followed in this lady's footsteps here. So I don't know if I'm placing this around you or indeed someone that's very close to you, you would understand, okay? Because I just get this great essence of me wanting to train, okay? Me going through this training process within the medical field. Okay, so please do let me know again, my darling, if that relates with you and you can understand why she's given that information there to me. Okay, I feel as well what she just wants me to do is take me down at this moment, and they think I might have cancer. Okay, my darling, that's why I've got this softness that she's wanted me to bring in here. So I'm going to ask those lovely, as you all know, I work with the healing angels. So I'm going to ask those healing angels to come close to you, Tony, and to place that healing support and that upliftment that it is that you need right now, to just come that little bit closer and give you the support that it is that you need there, my sweetheart. Can you understand as well, please, my darling, why she just takes me down into my ankles? Okay, because she's just working on my body, God love her, and she just takes me all the way down to my ankle. She takes me over to the left-hand side of my body, more so than the right, as she gives me this information, and she starts touching my ankle here. So I know that there's something going on here, again, where I need to be sending a little bit more extra support and healing down into that left ankle there. You would also understand as well, my darling. Wonderful. Well, I'm so glad that you're able to take and place this lady, and indeed take the love and the support and the upliftment and the comfort that it is that she's stepping forward with here for you now as well, my darling. If you're happy with your message, just before I send this lovely lady back off up to the angels, what I'm going to do is see if I can get a parting gift there for you. And again, just continue to converse with me through those comment sections there. Okay, my lovely. Let's see where it is that she wants to take me here. Okay. They say that you should be doing something in care. Well, first of all, we need to get you to where you need to be. So concentrate on that for this moment in time, but just do take the emphasis of what it is that she's brought forward with regards to this nursing, or indeed this caring that she just told me about, that she wanted to be placed with you there, my lovely. So thank you for taking that information as well. Can you understand as well, please, my darling, why she just pinches on my lip at this moment in time? So I don't know if I need to be identifying that there's a sore on your lip, or there's a cold sore that she just wants to be bringing to the fruition on the forefront of my mind here. But she pinches my lip, and she leaves that little tingling sensation that we would get when we have a sore that appears on the lip there. So she's just giving me that to be bringing forward. And I'm saying to her, can we just have another little something, please, as a parting gift, other than a cold sore? Because I think it would be nicer to have something which is a little bit more fluffy or tastes nice indeed. And that's where we're going to get everybody talking about food. Tony, you're saying you've been having really swollen ankle. Okay, my darling. So again, that extra love, that extra support, that extra healing on its way to where it needs to go with you there, my darling, right now. Okay, what I want to do is I just want to place around you, this is her gift that she's bringing forward for me here. Okay, she's just giving me a string. So like a string of pearls, she's actually placing a string of amethyst balls, all strung on a necklace that she wants me to place. And I feel this is symbolically. I don't feel that this is something within the physical she's making me understand. But she's placing that around your neck at this moment in time as your gift from her, my darling. And amethyst is a very nurturing, healing stone, as well as a healing colour. So I know she brings that forward with lots of love. I'm going to say, God bless you. God bless her. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity of working with you. And I'm going to hand over to our lovely Samantha. Over to you, Sam.
Thank you very much. I've been sitting there, and as I have been sitting there, I've been having a lady that's trying desperately to connect with me and been tapping away at me. In fact, making me feel quite overcome with emotion and feeling like I want to cry. The lady that I have connecting with me feels that she's coming forward as a mum. I've definitely got a motherly energy with this lady. I do know that this is quite a recent passing. She says to me around 3 to 4 years, 4 being the maximum, she tells me. I also feel with this lady, okay, my sweetheart, I know that there would have been breathing issues with this lady. She does also make me feel that she was a smoker while she was here on the earth plane, because I'm getting a very, very strong taste of cigarettes, and I'm a non-smoker, never smoked a cigarette. life. So I find that quite repulsive when I get that. I ask them desperately to take it away. I do actually feel like I need to say that this lady would have passed. I feel like I need to say either cancer of the lungs, or I feel like I'm going up to my throat as well, because she says to me, I've got a lump in my throat. Now, I'm not sure if that what she means by that is, okay, I actually feel like it's a double-edged sword with that, because she's saying to me, this lump in my throat was to do with the cancer, but she's also saying to me it's a lump in the throat to do with emotion as well. She also makes me feel that she would have, okay, all right, my sweetheart, she's getting, so her actual emotions, I feel quite erratic with this lady as well. I feel like I could be frantic and then very tearful and then on top of the world. So I feel there would have been, I don't want to say bipolar, but it's almost verging on that. I feel very much like a roller coaster with my emotions lady. She's also making me feel as well that she had children here on the earth plane. I know that she talks of at least 2, possibly 3 children. I know that there's a boy, I know there's a girl. I'm not sure on the third, so whether there was a child that was a miscarriage and didn't touch the earth plane, or whether this is a stepchild for her, but I know that she's being very solid about the 2 and a possible third. She's also giving me information saying that since my passing to the spirit world, I know that there are grandchildren that have touched the earth plane for her. Because she's saying to me, okay, my darling, she's saying that there's one that's already touched the earth plane, and I feel there is a pregnancy. She said to me, a pregnancy in motion. That's a funny thing to say, pregnancy in motion. So I feel there's another one. Okay, so we've got Heidi Spicer on YouTube, and I've got here, she's saying she was a smoker and cancer there. Fantastic, thank you, Heidi. Can you understand the rest of the information that I've given to you? If you can comment for me in the comments box, that would be really helpful, just so that we can make sure we're staying on the right track. Let's see what other information this lovely lady can give for me. Now, okay, all right, my darling. I know that this lady, okay, we've also got Alan as well on Facebook. Sounds like my mum with me and my sister. Right, okay. So this happens sometimes, and I have to get you kind of both. Oh, it's not for you, Heidi. Okay, then. Thank you very much for working with me there. And now we've got Demi saying my nan is a smoker. I do feel very much, Demi, that this is a motherly energy that I've got. I'm normally, and you're pregnant as well. Okay. So this is where we're going to get a bit of a mixed bag tonight, and we'll have to just try and separate it out. I try and be, yeah. It's always chaos when I'm about. I can assure you of that. Right, let me try and separate this then. Okay, I actually feel okay, I feel like I'm going to probably have to work with both of you and try and separate it, because sometimes when we do get people come through, there is an element of a message for you know, it can be for a couple of people. 3 girls she had. So Heidi, you're still kind of in it as well. Right, okay, we work between the 3 of you then. Oh, I'm going to get my work cut out for me tonight. So let me see what other information this lady's going to give. Right, my sweetheart. Okay, I know that this is going to be coming up to an anniversary of her passing, because she's talking about a period of a lot of emotion at the moment as well. So I know, okay, and she's also saying to me, belongings, her belongings had been put away, but they've recently been brought back out, and I can see that things are being placed and separated between family members. Particularly I'm getting photographs in an old shoebox I'm being shown. I've got, like, it looks quite tatty to me. It's okay. Okay, she's just saying all right, that's fine, my darling. She just says to me, like everything in my house, it's mix match, this box. She's saying the bottom of it is brown in colour and the lid is white with the corners torn. So I know that they didn't come together. They're from separate shoe boxes to make one. But she laughs with that and says that is typical of my house. Everything was a bit mix match. She said, but okay, all right. Okay, where are you taking me now? I have this with spirit. 1 minute they're talking about one thing and then they just dash off onto something else. So I'm like, I'm trying to rein them back in. Okay. I know that with this lady as well, she talks about passing in the afternoon, and I feel like I'm seeing around three, she said 3:43 to be exact. So around 3:40 in the afternoon, I'm feeling this lady transitions to the spirit world. I know, okay. With her, okay, I've just asked her as well if she could give me some information about her life and also at what age she passes. I feel this lady doesn't reach old bones. This lady feels for me that she passes early to mid 60s in her age. I also feel as well, I see her. Okay. She's saying to me, when I was a lot younger, I'm seeing her as a seamstress or something like that. I know that I've got a sewing machine and I feel like I'm almost want to say I'm in a factory with this lady. But she's saying, you may not know this because this feels to me like this is way, way back. She's saying to me, talking about like when she left school. My mum did have cancer. So we've got Alan here on Facebook. Did have cancer when she passed and she was in hospital. They put the tubes into her lungs, punches her. Right, thank you. I do, let me just say, I do actually feel, okay, brilliant, Alan, thank you. I do feel very much like I'm drawn to working with you, my darling. Thank you both ever so much to the other two ladies, but I just feel the connection's that much stronger with you, Alan. So thank you for speaking up and for sharing those comments. It just enables me to get that stronger connection for you. Now, I feel with Mum, she's wanting to come and focus on you at the moment because she's saying to me that you've had a lot of worries and a lot of burdens to have to deal with and to work through at the moment. And she makes me feel that you felt quite overwhelmed. And she's wanting to come and place I've got a lot of white light that I want to place around you, a lot of healing energy that she's wanting to bring forward for you this evening. The factory made sewing machines, fantastic. Thank you, Alan, thank you so much. Now she's also, okay, all right, she's saying that you are very similar in your ways, okay, because she's saying to me you can be quite erratic as well. She's saying but you turn it into a positive, and I feel like with you, is this something that you've just started to create? I don't feel this is like a business venture. It feels more like a hobby, but I feel like I want to be creative with my hands, and this is also good for your mind. This is what she's telling me. And she also makes me feel as well that you've been going out to walk more as well. I want to go out and walk with you because she says when you walk with me, and I know that she joins you on those journeys. Can you understand that, Alan? Can you just confirm for me in the message box there? And I'm just going to see what other information she can share with me. Okay, jewelry making I've started. Fantastic, my darling. Brilliant. Thank you. Are you? So what I'm seeing here is doing something with silver. I'm getting silversmith. I want to actually do. Yeah, I want to actually make silver. I'm seeing silver jewelry here. Can you understand that? Okay. See what else she's going to give me. Yes, very much the same. And okay, lovely, thank you. Right, where else is she taking me now? What did I bring in? Okay. She's also making me aware that I knew at some point we would get food, and I apologise, but she's cooking. I've got a stew.
Bear with us, guys. We've got a bit of an internet issue there. We're frantically trying to get the lovely Samantha back on screen for you. So whilst producer Richard worked so hard, guys, to get, it was such a shame, such a beautiful message that we were watching there. I was encapsulated with that. It was wonderful. So whilst producer Richard is working hard backstage there, trying to get Sam back on screen with us, you'll have to put up with me for this moment in time, okay? And producer Richard, just let me know where you're going with things whilst I talk to everybody here at home. Alan's just given a little bit of feedback to Sam's reading there with regards to saying, I do, and now even have my own hallmark in Birmingham, which is fantastic. Okay, wonderful, Alan. So, my friend, I'm sure that once we've got Samantha back up on screen, she'll be able to conjoin her energies and just be able to completely finish your message off for you there. But whilst we're waiting for Sam to come back and join us, producer Richard, what have we got to tell the viewers about what's coming up on SPTV tomorrow? So tomorrow we've got at 1 o'clock in the afternoon UK time, Sam O'Neill with the rune readings. Her rune readings, fantastic. So please do come along and join Sam if you've got a free afternoon tomorrow. And then I know tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock, we've got Ashley Robinson with his show Being Spiritual, and that's 8 p.m. tomorrow evening UK time. Again, same place on YouTube and on Facebook. So please do come along and support the guys if you've got some free time on your hands. So whilst we're waiting on Sam, I'll start to work with my next communication link here, if I may, okay? Because I've been hearing the song California Dreaming being played out in my mind. And it was quite distinctive that as that music and that song was playing over and over in my mind, I feel as though I need to be reaching out to somebody that's watching from the States here this evening. Okay. Now, the relevance of this song, I don't know whether or not it's been placed into my mind by my communicator with regards to just giving me that connection, that link to somebody who's watching indeed from the US of A, or indeed if this song actually connects in a way to the recipient as well, that they can understand. I do feel that I'm working with a gentleman as he actually starts to make himself a little bit more known to me here. And this gentleman, as he starts to impression himself upon me and give me more information, I know that I need to be working on a link of a fatherly vibration, okay? This gentleman, as he actually starts to conjoin his energies with me, he actually gives me a great understanding about compassion. He talks to me about compassion, okay? So I know that I need to be bringing that out to the forefront of my mind and sharing that on the public platform here this evening. Compassion, the word compassion, the meaning behind compassion as well. James Amelia Mattingly saying, Kentucky exclamation mark. James, I wonder if you can relate to the information that I've been sharing so far, my friend. And do let me know through the feed if this makes sense with you. Okay, but I need to be talking to you about compassion, and I want to be enforcing this into one's life at this moment in time. I understand with this gentleman, as he works that little bit closer with me, that there have been lots of things that have been going on where I need to actually look at things with a different perspective. You lost your 5-month-old. Thank you. Oh, bless you. Oh, bless you. Please do let me know if you can understand, again, my friend, the information of Dad being in the spirit world and this information that he's choosing to share at this moment in time there as well, please. Okay. But I know I need to be looking at things with a completely different focus, with a completely different directive. He makes me understand as he starts working that little bit closer with me. I feel with this gentleman that I want to stand around about 5'11", 5'12". I feel with this gentleman as well, the way that he's working with me, and it is sentiently at this moment in time, so it gives me feeling as opposed to me seeing, okay? It gives me this feeling of wanting to place, it's almost like a very pale blue tank top style of jumper that he wants to place on me, wants to bring to my forefront of my mind. Your father is here, then this link is not for you then, James, my friend, unless of course you can identify to this link as granddad, dad on dad's side of the family, you would understand. And indeed, I'll wait to see if there's anybody else that can relate to this information there as well. This gentleman does make me feel hot, and those of you know that the way that I work with spirit, when they impression upon me and I get heat, I know that I am identifying that to me feeling somewhat overwhelmed with regards to infection being present, okay, and understanding about this infection being present that would have taken me over into the spirit world there, okay. I also feel as though I want to just talk about Arizona as well. I'm just hearing Arizona being called to me. So I know that there's a significant link with regards to wanting to be taken to Arizona, as well as that California Dreaming, or that song being played out into my mind. I wonder who sang that song as well, because that's brothers and sisters, producer Richard's whispering in my ear. So brothers and sisters, again, I just like to break things down if I can as well when I'm working with spirit, because if we can't take that California Dreaming, I'm going to whom it is that's singing that song, brothers and sisters. So I know I need to be bringing in the links of brothers, mamas and the papas, not brothers and the sisters. So mamas and the papas. So I'm breaking the link down. Okay. Well, we weren't too bad. Oh, we got the lovely Sam who's back as well. So that's fantastic. Sam, I don't know what happened there, Sam. But it's one of those days, isn't it? I'm sure that it's it's happened to all of us at times. I'm just gonna continue to just finish the essence of this gentleman off with the viewers here, and if you still got your link open to for you to finish your message off with your recipient, if that's okay, my darling.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
I can hear you. Yeah. I thought I had finished, but obviously it got cut off, so it froze.
Oh dear, bless you, bless you. Okay, Richard, is there anybody that stepped forward for this information so far, please? Okay, all right. So what I'll do is I'll wrap this message up, and I'll leave the essence of this message with James, as James was the person that stepped forward, in the hope that he can relate to this being Dad's dad indeed, that's just joined his energies here with me this evening. And as I say to you, James, at the beginning of the message, they were talking, or he was talking to me with regards to that compassion, the emphasis of that. And obviously you've relayed the information with regards to your recent loss. So I know that we just need to be looking and focusing on things with a completely different directive there, my friend, you would understand. As this gentleman actually starts to pull away from me, I'm just asking if I can bring forward for you a parting gift before we send him back off up to spirit there. Okay. Okay, my friend. All right. I feel as though what I need to be acknowledging here is a gold signet ring as well, please, that I want to be placing with you as well, James. Okay. I feel that this signet ring would have an inscription on there. I feel as though, although I'm working with you with J, I feel as though J is an important letter of the alphabet that I want to be placing upon the ring as well. So whether or not you can identify to this J name, where it's been passed down through the generations and is now sat upon your hand, but I know that I just want to be inscribing that J upon it. He shows it to me in like a cushion shaped, and on one side of the ring I've got filigree detail going down one side at a diagonal with this letter that he just wants me to place there, my friend. So I'm going to leave that with you and say God bless you and thank you for giving me the opportunity of working with you. I'm going to hand over to Sam so that Sam can finish her lovely message off with her recipient there. And God bless. Thank you. Over to you, Sam.
Lovely. Lovely. Thank you. Yeah, we got as far as that. Yeah. Yeah, you have your own hallmark in Birmingham. Right. I didn't get that part. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because the screen completely froze. So I'm still giving a reading, talking away. Didn't realise we'd frozen. Yeah. So good fun. Spirit like to play with technology with me. It always happens. Something always happens with electric and power. So anyway, I will see where we go, and I'll carry on just to finish off quickly with Alan there. So you've been going to Cornwall a lot lately with your partner and walking the dog and swimming lots more. Okay. Were there any other messages on there? That was it. Lovely. Okay. So I feel what I was saying towards the end there, I think we pretty much covered everything. But the last sort of thing that I was getting was, okay, let me just get to see if she can connect a bit more for me, because she's just sort of still sitting there. So what I was getting was that, okay, all right, that's fine. She just laughed in my ear. She said, I thought I was done. Okay. No, you're not, my darling. You're not quite finished yet. See, the reason that she'd stepped forward this evening to work with us was basically because she knows at the moment, Alan, that there are things going on in your life that you're needing to focus on you. You're needing a lot of extra love and a lot of extra healing and guidance at the moment. She did make me feel very much there's been a lot of activity around you, a lot going on, a lot to deal with, a lot to absorb, and she's saying it's been a bit of a drain on you mentally. So she was wanting to really come forward this evening just to connect, to send you lots of love, to send you lots of healing, to reassure you that she's very much around. She did say to me that you are aware of her presence as well, so I know that you are very much in tune with the spirit world yourself, and that you do sense mum around you. I know with mum as well, she also I've got a very, very faint floral smelling perfume that she brings as well, so I know that I have that there. Okay, let me see. She was also, I don't know if we got to this bit, but she just brought it back to me again, the memory of the food as well. She's bringing in the stew and the dumplings again. So I feel we've already covered that, but she just brought that back through because she said, I just want to remind you again. Okay, she just literally just says to me, I feel like I've said what I need to say. It was just to reassure you that I'm never far away. I know that. Okay, where are you showing me quickly? She talks about the picture on the wall as well, the picture on the wall. And I feel this is an old black and white that I've got here. This is an old family black and white photograph on the wall within your property that she shows me. I feel like I want to say this would be in a living room area. Okay. She says to me that she plays with this photo as well, because I'm getting, it keeps moving ever so slightly, and you go and straighten it up and then it's moved again. She's just telling me that this is her. Oh, you've got Lily of the Valleys. Lovely. That's for the perfume. Fantastic. I love Lily of the Valley. It's one of my favourites. In fact, I've got a bottle of Yardley, I think, Yardley Lily of the Valley, which some people may think is like an old person's smell, but I just love it. It's just the flowers. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, she's just wanting to come forward, really, I feel, Alan, just to send you lots of love from the spirit world, and just to give you that little bit of hope, little bit of upliftment. And I just feel I need to just, yeah, okay, yes, of me, my dad, I'm fantastic. So that's just confirming the photograph as well. Brilliant, thank you. Okay. She also has just popped in and just said you're long overdue a breakaway. So I feel like we're needing a holiday for you as well. So I don't know if you've booked or you've been looking at booking, but I know that she talks about being in the countryside. I feel like I need sort of like a country retreat or something like that. She's saying about going back to nature. That's where, okay, she says that's where you get your healing from. That's where your roots are. You need to be within nature. That's what she's making me feel. Okay. All right. She says, I'm gonna go now, my darling. She says, but I'm never far away. Keep talking to me, because I know that she hears you. And I also want to say as well, she just brings this overwhelming feeling of love for you, my darling. She says to me, okay. She talks about the dog as well. She's just said to me, the dog, I have the dog with me. I'm going to Cornwall on Saturday. Brilliant. Have a lovely breakaway. She's talking about the dog in the spirit world. So I feel this would be either one of yours or maybe one of yours within the family when you were younger. But she talks about the dog in the spirit world with her. She's saying, I've got him, don't worry. I've got him, don't worry. Okay. And there would be memories of this dog having a special cushion or a special blanket. And I feel that she would have made this, because I'm seeing like either crochet or knitting. And I've got this dog on this, yeah, it feels like a cushioned blanket. So I don't know if she'd stuffed this blanket, but it feels like it's cushiony to me. Anyway, I'm going to leave her love, my darling. I'm sorry, obviously, we had Trixie, your old dog. Bless you. Yeah, she's in safe hands with your mum. I'm going to leave her love. Sorry about the break in connection. Don't know what happened, but at least we got mum back. And I just want to leave all of her love with you. And thank you so much for connecting with me tonight, Alan. Thank you. God bless, my darling.
What a lovely message. Well done, Sam. It's not easy, is it, when technology gets in the way and you think, oh my God, I was in the middle of that. What am I going to
do? I know. We wing it. That's what we do.
We were only talking about that last night, weren't we, before coming on this evening?
See, they must have known. They're playing with us.
They are. Oh, I've got my son who's just put a comment up there. Good evening, Billy Boy. Josh here, Billy Boy. Don't you mean Dad Sunshine? That's raised the energy, hasn't it? Right.
It
So
has.
what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to attempt to work on the same link. So as Sam said, she's in sunny Brighton in the UK on the south coast. I'm in sunny Croydon in Surrey. So we're miles apart, but what we're going to attempt to do is conjoin our energies and work on the same spirit communicator for one of you lovely people that are watching here this evening. Now, Sam, I don't know if you've got anybody that's coming into mind that you want to bring forward at this moment in time. Everybody's giving you such wonderful feedback. We've got Amy Jo saying wonderful message. We've got Cheryl who's saying she loves Brighton. We've got Michelle saying, oh, bless, that was amazing. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. So shall we go for this double link connection? What do you reckon?
We can. I know I've already got a gentleman that's tapping away on my shoulder.
Right, let's go for it. Okay,
let's see then. So I've got a gentleman that's stepping forward. I know with this gentleman, again, I have another smoker. They like to bring that to me. I know with this gentleman, there would be a distinctive cough. So I feel like I'd always be clearing my throat and having a good old cough, trying to clear. He says to me, okay, I've got him clearing the muck out, he's telling me. Not very nice, but clearing the muck out, he says. So I know that he would get quite chesty and quite chogged up here. I do feel with this gentleman that he is a larger gentleman in his build. And I feel that's in body mass rather than height, he's telling me. But he laughs about it. So I know that he was a very light-hearted gentleman. I do feel with this gentleman, he doesn't feel like he reaches old bones to me. He does feel that okay, my sweet. He says my time was cut very short, very short. I want to put this gentleman, let's just say, I would say late 30s to early 40s with this gentleman. And I do feel, although he was a smoker, this is not what took him to the spirit world, he tells me. I feel that he passes pretty quickly. He says to me, I was here and the lights went out. Okay. Okay. All right. I feel like I need to say there would have been an accident involved with this gentleman. I don't know if you're feeling the same, Bill.
Do you know what? I'm getting the most excruciating pain that's shooting through my head at this moment in time. Okay. And I know with this gentleman as well that I want to lower the tone of my voice as well. I want my voice to be somewhat a lot deeper and a lot more solid as he actually gives this information to me. You were right. I felt as though my build is more expanse with this chap, although I do feel shorter within my frame as I'm connecting with him. And I'm just saying I need to go back to my normal tone of my voice now, my friend, because he was making me feel as though I was talking a lot more deeper there. I don't know if you heard that. But yeah, I feel as though things are quite instantaneous with this gentleman. Okay. But my head is excruciating. He's just shooting the most excruciating pain through my head here. So I don't know if I've indeed had some type of impact upon my head, or indeed if I've had some type of aneurysm that's happened within my brain here. So that's what I've got at this moment in time. There are a few people that are giving some feedback, Sam. So I'll let you go on that feedback if you want to.
Right. I do. Okay. The other thing that I was feeling here, what you were saying about an impact or an aneurysm, I feel like I need to say this was more of an impact with this gentleman. The gentleman that I'm feeling, I feel there would have been a vehicle involved with this gentleman. And I'm just trying to ask him if it's car, motorbike, what we're doing here. But I feel like I need to say he would have been in a car and there was also a motorbike involved. He makes me feel I'm in the car, he's saying to me. I'm in the car. I don't always get names, but I know that I've got the initial C with this gentleman. So I'm getting a very strong C connection with this gentleman. I feel like I need to say like I don't know if it's a Craig or a Clive or something like that. I know it's a very short name. So I'm talking like 4 or 5 letters with this gentleman. Okay.
We've got Bev Buttle saying, oh, wow, my dad's friend died from a farming accident. In his 40s, had a very deep voice.
Okay. It was a tractor accident. Okay. Maybe that's my misinterpretation, but I know that there was vehicles and I know there's impact as well. Okay, and I've got Sheena saying train as well. Right. Okay. Let's just see then. I don't know if you're getting any more on this, Bill, while I keep working away here.
I just feel with this gentleman at this moment in time as well, as I'm connecting with him to his character, I feel as though this gentleman would have been one that would have been very comfortable with not only just being in the company of others, but also within his own company as well. I feel with this gentleman that, you know what, he would have allowed his mind to take him and guide him where it was that he wanted to go. So I feel as though there may have been quite a spiritual connection with this guy with regards to his train of thought as well. I know with him as well that for some reason I feel as though I want to be making a connection. I still want to be talking about Mum being on the earth plane as well. Okay, so I know Mum would be seated present here. Julie's saying no, no, not me. Hope it gets to the right connection. Thank you, Julie. Okay, I know I want to get a message to Mum, so I know this is Son that's making a connection here. I know that if it's Mum who's not watching, it's somebody within the family that can actually get this message to Mum that he makes me want to bring forward here as well, because I feel at this moment in time, as he starts to talk away with me here, Mum could do with a lot of upliftment. Mum could be doing with an awful lot of support as well. He gives me an understanding of. Okay, Vanessa's also saying it's not her, so thank you, Vanessa, for coming forward and sharing what you could with us so far there, please, my darling. Okay, what else am I going with, my friend here as well? Okay, all right. I feel with this gentleman, Bev, he lived on his own. He was a gentle man. Okay, so this is Bev who's stepped forward with regards to the chap that had passed through the tractor accident in his 40s with the deep voice there. Okay. Bev, I wonder as well if you can just understand about Mum being present on the earth plane and just wanting to give Mum lots of extra support at this moment in time, because I feel with me, the way that I'm working with him, and Sam, you might be working in a completely different way, but I feel with me, no, definitely not for me then, as his mum won't be here. That's fine then. So we need to find somebody who can connect to this gentleman with regards to wanting to place this loving, supporting upliftment around Mum.
Right.
Spirit through to spirit. My dad saw an accident. We by the sea now at Clive, and he died. He had a dead problem like own company and was spiritual. He had a full problem. Mum's still here, but poorly grand. Dad died fast, very quick. Mum very down. Okay, so that kind of like fits at this moment in time. Sam, I don't know about yourself there, my lovely.
Okay, just see what else we can get. I did get a feeling as well that he's saying to me, my aunt is in the spirit world with me, and I feel this would be Mum's sister. So Mum, I'm feeling, is still here on the earth plane, while Mum's sister is also in the spirit world with what would be her nephew. Because he's saying to me, I've got family here with me, and I feel like his aunt has passed. His aunt has passed more recently than him, and I feel this is what is adding to Mum's feeling of feeling very down and needing that extra support and love at the moment. He does also make me feel that he says, I don't want to be down in the dumps. He says, I want to raise the energy. He said, yes, it was tragic what happened at the time. He said, but when you look at my life and what I packed into it, he said, I made the most of every moment. So I know that this is a gentleman that would have literally lived for the moment. I know I see him as the life and soul of the party. I know that he had a lot of friends around him. I know that he was well liked. I see him as a sociable kind of guy. I know that he would drink because he's just got a pint in his hand that he wants to bring forward to give me. He also makes me feel that I know that there's a strong love of music with this gentleman, and I do see him. He laughs because he's not very musically inclined, but he's got a harmonica out. But this feels more as a jokey kind of thing. He's wanting to have a laugh with it. But I know that he's just a general, all-round, fun kind of guy to be with. He's somebody that I would like to go out for a drink with and have a laugh as a friend. That's the energy that he's bringing forward. He's just wanting to lift the vibe. So we've got Yvette Wilmer here on Facebook saying, yes, aunt passed 6 months after he passed. Fantastic. Thank you. Can you understand the rest of the information that we've given this evening, Yvette? Can you understand about the accident and the age? And that was a yes. Brilliant.
Yeah,
Lovely.
I think she can. There was a previous message that
Right.
flagged up whilst you were giving your information. She can take this, but not the way he died. Just been on the phone to my mum talking about him. She's down at the moment. Yes, he was very spiritual.
Fantastic.
I feel
that feels right, doesn't it, Bill?
To go. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
again, yes, aunt passed 6 months after as well. So aunt would be in the spirit with him, connected to mum. So that's fantastic. Wonderful. Thank you for taking all of that information there, Yvette.
I've also got something to do with the money as well. He's just said to me he's cross at where the money went. So I feel there's been discrepancies within the family of where the money has been placed. She's also, okay, we've got a vet saying here he gave my son a harmonica. Okay, I've got the harmonica. Lovely, thank you. This felt definitely more in jest and having a bit of a laugh with it, but thank you for taking that. But yeah, he's just referring to the money side of things, and I feel this is money that was his when he passed. But he's also saying about the aunt's situation. So I feel like the aunt's finances are still in limbo and still being sorted out, because he's just weighing it up like a pair of scales for me, saying, yeah, he's saying to me that it's not quite been finalised. So I don't know if you can understand that, Yvette. But he's relaying that to me over and over. So there's something to do with his finances. He's not happy with whoever ended up with it, or yes, money. You can take that. Thank you, my darling. Are you feeling the same there, Bill, with the money?
I feel as though I want things to be legally documented here. I feel as though I want signatures that are being rubber stamp signed here as well, as I'm working in this energy. So I know that it has to be going through a process where there's legal formalities that have to finalise whatever it is that's been left unfinished at this moment in time. Okay, and I don't want that to cause too much of a division, and I don't want that to cause too much of a divide here, because it's almost as though he wants me to bring everybody back together, as opposed to them being sprayed and being distant and apart there. I do know that what I want to say to mum is open the curtains. I want the curtains to be open. So I know that I'm closing myself in and I'm shutting myself away at this moment in time. He tells me to tell her to open the curtains. I want the light to be coming back in to her room, but I also want the light to be coming back into her life as well. Okay, so I know that this is very important information again that I'm sure Yvette will relay to mum when she speaks to her again on the phone, I'm sure after the reading, or indeed if she can get mum to watch this on playback as well. I also feel as well, what I want to be saying to Yvette is that I just want to continue with my plan of changing direction. I want you to continue with your plan of the direction of where your life is going, okay? Because I've come to a set of traffic lights with him. He shows me the red traffic light, okay? And I'm now saying to him, what way am I going? And he's going that way. A bit like the Wizard of Oz scenario when the Scarecrow went that way. So I know that it's just his jovial side of his character that he's bringing through, but he's also making me understand that I'm a little bit at a crossroads and I'm not sure which way I'm now going. Yes, mum still finds it hard on losing his loss. Okay, thank you, my darling. So please do take... Okay, I know that we've also got spirit through to spirit that can relate to this as well there, Sam. So as you said earlier on, spirit have the most fantastic of ways of working with us where our messages reach more than just one person. But for me, I feel that this message is seated quite well with Yvette at this moment in time. So I don't know if you just want to finish off with whatever it is that you have that's going over in your mind, because I can see it ticking over there.
It always is. The little cogs are in motion. The hamster's running around the wheel. Okay, so yeah, what I was feeling here, Yvette, was he's talking about your mum, and he's saying, I don't know if you can understand this or you know, but I'm getting problems around the tummy area for mum. So I was just asking him, is this emotional, problems, or is this physical problems? And he said to me, it's a little bit of both, but I feel there would be medical appointments. I mean, obviously, I know we're not allowed to discuss medical things or give advice particularly, but I just feel like I need to say that there's been health concerns or there's issues around the tummy area for mum. And if it hasn't been looked at, just to get it checked or to get someone to sort of maybe support her and take her along to be checked. I don't feel like I need to worry or give you any reason to worry, but he's just acknowledging it, so I need to bring that forward just to be able to move on with what else he wants to say. Okay. Right. He's also talking about the young boy. He's saying to me, the young boy that's very gifted here on the earth, Kane. And I feel I need to say this is your son. He talks about your son being gifted. So I don't know if you're aware that your son can see spirit or talk to spirit, but I know that he has a very strong connection with the spirit world. And I feel like you would have walked in the bedroom and heard him talking to people, and you'd be like, who are you talking to? There's nobody there. But I know that this gentleman that I have here comes forward to connect with your son, but I know your son also sees other spirit members of the family. Okay, what else is he showing me? I know there's something to do with the car as well. He talks about the car, so I don't know if this is your car. Actually, I do feel this is your car. I feel there's something to do with the service needing, and he's particularly pointing towards the tyres. So I don't know if the tyres is getting a bit worn, but he's just focusing and saying we need a bit of a service on the car. The tyres need a bit of a check. So just maybe note that and get that looked at. Let's see what else. Anything else, my darling? Okay. Yes, he is, which annoys me because I can't. Oh, bless. Well, we all have the ability. We all have the ability. It's difficult. I understand, because obviously the day-to-day life takes over. But if you can find the time to just sit quietly and see what comes, you'll be surprised. Trust me. Okay, but if you want, you could ask him to communicate for you. He could be the middleman. You've got a little medium under your roof, a medium in the making. Okay, all right.
She's saying I've just booked it in. I've just booked it
brilliant
in.
Brilliant. Good.
Excellent.
Right, see if he's got anything else before I let him step back from working with me. Okay, this is bizarre. We're back on food again, sorry, Bill.
That's all right.
Who is it that you're trying to teach to cook at the moment, Yvette? I feel like I've got a child that you're trying to teach to cook, because I'm getting the smell of burnt fish fingers under the grill. That's what I'm seeing. I've got like char grilled fish fingers and the smell under my nose. So I don't know if you can understand that. This feels like something that's happened. That's what I'm being shown. So I don't know if you can understand that. But he's laughing about it because he says he was no better.
It's a little princess. I'm okay. It's a little princess I'm hearing. So I know that there's a little girl that they're connecting to there.
Fantastic, lovely. Okay, and with that, Yvette, then I'm gonna let him step back from working with me. But thank you so much. I don't know if you've got anything else there to add, Bill, at all, or.
There we go. She said granddaughter. There we go.
Lovely
so
stuff.
Princess. Perfect. Wonderful.
Brilliant.
No, I'm gonna leave that love of spirit there with Yvette and just say to her, God bless you. Thank you for giving us the opportunity of conjoining our energies with your loved one and bringing through as much validation as we possibly could. So God bless Yvette. Thank you very much. So Sam, it just leaves me to say thank you so very, very much for joining me here on Collective Consciousness this evening. However complicated it might have been, we've got through it.
I know. Well, I told you, didn't I? I said it's always chaos. Wherever I am, there's always something. My life is just bedlam.
I warned them there was going to be a whirlwind of energy that was going to be coming onto the show tonight. They were pre-warned. So God bless you. Thank you so much for coming on. I really have loved working with you here this evening. Once again, just let everybody know at home where it is they can find you on social media.
So I'm on Facebook, and as simple as just searching for Samantha Turrell.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So guys, Thank you so much for joining us here again on Collective Consciousness. It wouldn't be what it is without you guys, and indeed all of the fantastic mediums that join me on the show every fortnight. Producer Richard, as always, thank you very much for making it happen, because without you, we wouldn't have the show. And for all you guys at home, until we all meet again, which will be in 2 weeks' time, may the love and light of spirit be with each and every single one of you. Good night and God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.